Kia ora, good morning everybody and welcome to AIS Graduation for 2024. The ceremony is about to commence. We would ask that you all keep your phones on silent and that you remain at your seats if you're taking photos or videos. Please don't get up and stand in the aisles. Emergency exits are located here and over here where you walked in. Our marshalling and ushering staff will direct you in case of an emergency. Toilet facilities are located in the foyer where you entered from. Would everyone please now stand for the procession of staff and graduates? Thank you.
Signitor, Iuris Dom Sumus, Gaudeamus Signitor, Iuris Dom Sumus, post jucundum juventutem, post molestam senecultem, nos habebitomus, nos habebitomus. Gaudeamus Signitor, Iuris Dom Sumus, Gaudeamus Signitor, Iuris Dom Sumus, post jucundum juventutem,
Please be seated. Continuing ko arhi mai ki ro ni o ta marutang mai tra mihi mai ho ka koutou ko ta tu mai ra ta tu ni o te nei pare I ro ta te nei ki koutou I mu ala tiro te wanga e no mai ki ngā tamariki mālau ta pai te iwinga tēnei ai pāhuatanga I koutou te tahu I muri ake nei. Nā rere awa te pono ma marama. Kia ora.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and graduates. This is exciting to see all of you again. I haven't seen some of you for about a year, and it's very good to see all of you again. Thank you very much for the warm welcome, Atua and Darlene. Very nice to have you back with us on this campus again. Well, what an auspicious occasion. What a great time to celebrate what you have accomplished over the last couple of years. Many of you have started studying during what was called the pandemic, right? And here you are today. And I'll get back to that in a second because I think that is an incredible thing that you can remember for the rest of your career. I just want to welcome a few people before I start off. We've got Darlene and Matua Matt. You've already seen them. That was a beautiful welcome, especially for you, and also to introduce you to us and for us to be introduced to you as well. Thank you to all your family and your friends for coming as well, and to all our staff. I also want to welcome our former chairman, Mr. John Wood, who is also one of our founding directors at AIS, and Mr. Richard Smith, who is also a founding director and current CEO and registrar at AIS. Unfortunately, our current chairman is traveling, but he sends his regards and his congratulations, and he is as proud of you as we are of you as well. I also want to welcome Honorable Melissa Lee. Thank you for joining us, who will be delivering a keynote for us later on, and I'm sure you're looking forward to hearing from her as well. Also want to welcome Jane Yang from Education New Zealand. Thank you very much for joining us today. Rohit, is Rohit in the room as well? Current president of the Student Council, who I'm sure you all know as well. Third row, isn't it? Third row. You want to stand up? There you go. There you go. And we also have Peter Summage from Best Tax Summage and Associates standing, and many of you will know him as well. You've learned a lot from that man. And Murray Doreen. Murray Doreen, thank you very much for joining us as well. He is the chair of the community liaison group, who we meet with quite regularly to make sure that we understand the community and the community understands what we do. So thank you for joining us today as well. I want to congratulate you again, but I also want to commend you for what you've achieved over the last couple of years. As I said earlier on, you have started your studies or many of you would have started your studies during a pandemic. You came to a strange country, many of you. I mean, the large proportion of you came to a country that you don't know. You had to find your way. You had to find what to eat. Eventually, when you found what to eat, it tasted different to the way you thought it would taste in your own country. But here you are sitting today. You persevered. You put up with a lot of challenges. And you were brave enough to face those challenges as well. Many of you, it wasn't just yourself coming. You also brought your families, quite often young families. And you've worked hard. And you've sacrificed a lot. And I must say, that is commendable. Because here you are sitting today, graduating with a qualification from Auckland Institute of Studies, which is the oldest and the largest degree granting and postgraduate degree granting institution in New Zealand. So next year we'll be celebrating 35 years of existence. Thank you, John. Thank you, Richard, for leading us for that long. I must also say that the board of directors of AIS is one of the most supportive boards I've ever worked with, all through the pandemic. And that's something that you can learn, especially those of you who work in management, those of you who will eventually work in business, any of you who will step into leadership. That kind of support that you get from a board once you are a board member would be incredible to give to the people that you eventually employ and lead as well. But here you are, graduating. You know, there are two things that predict success in life, regardless of where you're from, regardless of ethnicity, regardless of culture, regardless of anything. The two things I've seen over the years that predict success, number one, is a general sense of intelligence. You need to be smart enough to get things done. The second thing is more important than intelligence, and that's called conscientiousness. You can call it tenacity, you can call it drive, you can call it commitment, you can call it pushing yourself, pushing the limits, drive, whatever you want to call it, but that's conscientiousness. Doesn't matter how intelligent you are, it matters how much you push. And that's what you've done. Your intelligence is what got you into the qualification in the first place. Your drive, your conscientiousness is what got you through all of that as well. So I'm very proud of standing here today, greeting you, shaking your hands, and it's a moment that all of us are looking forward to. All our staff, and I'm going to just congratulate our staff as well for the amazing work that all of you have done to help these students find a place at AIS, but also graduating from AIS. It's an incredible journey that you've been through, and we are proud to be a part of that. Now, the challenge for you is, you've now got a qualification, and that's an amazing thing. But you have an obligation, you have a duty to now use that as well. You're going to have to use it to inspire your family. You're going to have to use it to inspire your future colleagues. You're going to have to use it to inspire your community. Many of us are migrants. You have chosen to come to New Zealand. I'm also a migrant. We're contributing to what New Zealand is now and what New Zealand will become. It's our duty. We've chosen this land. We weren't born here. We've chosen it. And that's an important thing to remember. If you're a migrant, you've chosen to come to New Zealand. So make the best of it and give your best to New Zealand as well. If you're going back to the country where you were born or any other country, do the same there as well. Because wherever you find yourself, you can call home. And that's an important thing, to make it your home. So congratulations. I'm not going to keep you for too much longer. We've got a lot to get through. We've got a lot of graduates. And I'm excited about shaking your hand. And that's the main thing. I just want to shake your hand and say, well done, congratulations. Take a photo with you that I know will be on your wall, because that's a special moment in time. I'd like to welcome the Honourable Melissa Lee to the stage. I'm going to just give you a bit of a background from Melissa Lee. Melissa is the Minister of Economic Development. She's also the Minister for Ethnic Communities, and she is the Associate Minister for ACC. She has served as a list MP based in Mount Albert this is where we are, in Mount Albert since 2008 election. Melissa's electorate made her the first Korean woman to hold office outside of Korea in a national assembly, and New Zealand's first Korean member of parliament. Born in Korea, growing up in Malaysia, Melissa moved to New Zealand as a young adult in 1988. Melissa has served in a number of parliamentary roles, including as parliamentary private secretary, chair of the Social Services and Commerce Committees, as well as sitting on the Health, Education, Economic Development, Science and Innovation Committees. That's a mouthful, and that's a handful of portfolios to hold. Melissa Lee, we're looking forward to your speech. Thank you.
President Lehan is much taller than me. Often being a short woman, people can actually see me behind the lectern. Hopefully everybody can hear me. I am loud enough. I'd like to first of all acknowledge the AIS academic leadership, leading from President, and everyone who's actually helped you to this place today to see you graduate. I'd like to acknowledge Richard and John for your long service. I haven't seen John. So good to actually be back at AIS to actually participate in the graduation ceremony. I wanted to know roughly what percentage of you are in fact like me, and also the other 5% also like me. I was a migrant. I was an overseas student paying fees, going to high school and then university in Australia. And then my parents decided to move to New Zealand and became resident. And I came here. And as a New Zealand citizen, I graduated with a master's degree. Ethnic parents, often, I don't know what it's like to be Pākehā because I don't have one of those parents. But my parents were very, very forceful in the way that they wanted me to perform at school. I thought I was really good because I thought I wanted to get all A's. But it was actually driven by my parents who actually insisted I had to be number one. All through primary school in Korea, I had to beat everybody else to get more A's. I did, became class president every year until my parents decided that they were just going to uproot and move me to Malaysia. Malaysia, I said. I don't know where Malaysia is. I moved to Malaysia, did not speak a word of Bahasa Malaysia, nor did I speak Chinese, nor did I speak Indian, nor did I speak English. First year in grade 5, primary school, I got my report card. I burst into tears. I came third from the bottom, and my father said, really shocked me. He said, there were people who did worse than you? I hated my father, I thought, as a child. I was so hurt. And then I worked hard. By the time I left high school at 5th form to matriculate in Australia, I was speaking 7 different languages. English was one of those languages. And then went to Australia and realized that I didn't actually speak English. I had to learn Australian. But the long journey that I thought was what I needed to do, whether I actually got my degree, got my master's, what I want to impart to you is the experience that I've actually had. You think with all the COVID studies, my son actually went through the COVID years and he graduated 2 years ago, which I was very proud to be. I missed all of his graduation being a member of parliament from primary school. And then when he was graduating from university, he said, Mum, this might be your last opportunity to see me graduate at anything. So I had to turn up. I had to take leave from parliament. But I just want to say congratulations. It was hard trying to actually study while locked down, trying to make sure you actually get your grades, not to disappoint your parents, not to disappoint your family, not to disappoint your partners, brothers and sisters. But one thing to remember is that none of that actually matter. It's actually about you. It's about how you push yourself. You think now that you're graduating, this is the end. It's not. It is, in fact, only the beginning. The big hurdle of going out there and actually proving yourself, all the things that you've actually learned actually comes in as one package in you to show the world that you can actually do what you're trained to do. And out there in the big wide world where people are wanting to employ you, they're critical. And when you look like me, Oriental, short, I thought I was like a mouse, didn't really have a loud voice. Realized that I had to step up and show people I can actually do what people think I could do. My first job, I got a job as a newspaper reporter because I studied journalism and communications at university. My first job interview, I walked in and the editor was the interviewer, sat there. He arrived late and dropped his books and papers, and he looked at me and saw me sitting there. I stood up like a typical Asian girl, very polite, bowed and hi. And he said, first thing that he actually said to me was, "Speak English?" I thought that was the worst thing somebody could have actually said to me, and very arrogant to think that an Oriental-faced person sitting in the interview room could not speak English. So someone who has a little bit of attitude, who thought, I'm not going to sit here and actually take that crap. Yes, I thought that was crap. I leaned back on my seat. I folded my arms. I thought I'll actually put on my very best Australian accent because I had been studying in Australia. And I said, "Do you, mate?" That was probably the wrong thing to say, but I felt good saying that because I wasn't going to take that kind of attitude, racism. And cut the long story short, the interview continued because he said, "Oh, let's start again." I said, "That's probably a bloody good idea." I didn't get the job. 6 weeks later, he actually came to my parents' shop. My parents were running the shop, and I was helping. I was unemployed. And he was looking for me. And he said, "Are you still wanting to be a journalist?" I said, "Damn right I am." I said, "Why?" He says, "I have a new opening, and you actually made an impression on me, and I wanted to offer you the job." So I started at News Media Auckland as a journalist. First ever Korean and first ever Asian woman to actually work at News Media Auckland, and that's how I began my career as a journalist. You can clap. And that kind of stuff actually continued to happen in my career. I used to present a television show called Asia Down Under on TV1. And then I decided that I didn't just want to do programs that showed Asian dancing and songs and look pretty. I wanted to actually challenge, do stories that actually meant something about whether it's actually domestic violence or whether it's actually about Asian attitudes or whatever. And I wanted to do hard stories. And when I actually got called in by the TVNZ bosses one time after a few years, they wanted me to do a story about Asian triads. And I said, "What Asian triads?" This is a long time ago. This is going back about 20 years ago. I said, "If you find me Asian triads, I'll be very happy to do stories about Asian triads. You can't find them." But they wanted me to do those things. I said, "No, not interested." "But your stories are all about positive things." I said, "What's wrong with positive things? We're celebrating success in the ethnic communities that nobody does stories about." And I continue to challenge TVNZ to celebrate success, which is very different to modern day newspapers or television, where we often only see negative stories. So I have been trying to break the mold. I haven't always been successful. but I knew exactly what I wanted to do. When I was 7 years old in primary school, when my primary teacher told me, ask the class, what do you want to be when you grow up? What a stupid question, I thought. Did somebody laugh? Yes, teachers ask these kinds of questions. What do you want to be? At 7, really? Do we really know? But apparently, as a 7-year-old child, I knew exactly what I wanted. Most of my friends actually said they want to be teachers, they want to be doctors, they want to be firemen, police officers, nurses, firemen. I said I wanted to be the first female president of South Korea. I was apparently that specific, and I had forgotten I said that. I went back to Korea quite a few years ago and, for work. And then I had an opportunity. Facebook is a great thing. You can connect with your primary school friends. I had no idea you could do that, but we connected. And we had something called 번개팅. 번개팅 in Korean means lightning get together. So we get together like without making an appointment. And then one of the boys actually said, do you remember that time when the teacher asked this question? I said, oh my God, I don't remember that. He said, yep, I'm the one that you punched. I went, what do you mean? He says, because I told you that girls can't be president. Apparently I punched him because I said girls can do anything. I'm not advocating for violence. No violence, please, but I was a child. But when people tell you that you can't do, please believe in yourself. You know your abilities. You know your limitations. But as Lehan said, you need to work hard. If you work just as hard, the person next to you, you're only as good as the person next to you. You have to be different if you want to be noticed. You have to not only work hard, but work clever, intelligently, right? Because you need to stand out. And being ethnic, we do stand out. If you do bad, you get noticed. If you do good, you get noticed. That's one advantage of being ethnic. Being different. But if you work just only as hard as the person next to you, you will always be the same. It is a tough world out there, being competitive. I'm a member of parliament for the last 15 years. The average life of a member of parliament in New Zealand is about 1.5 terms or 2 terms maximum. I've lasted, this is my 6th term. It's about tenacity, good fortune, hard work. And I wish you all the best. I'm probably speaking far too long, but I just want to say, life starts now. With your qualifications, sometimes when you're working, you'll say, oh my God, why did I do this? What I've learned is actually very different to this. You have to adapt. But everything that you have learned here will actually put you in good stead to coping with what life has for you ahead. Don't get scared though. Life is exciting. What you had, when you think of what's going to happen in the future, when you had, the life that you've had as a student is actually pretty easy. Being a politician, I go to work at 7. Parliament doesn't finish until 10. I'm normally in my office still at 12 o'clock at night. I often actually see the cleaners coming at 1 o'clock in the morning and actually say hi before I actually leave. But I'm not complaining, but life is what you make of it. I am so happy doing what I do. I would not be doing it if I didn't love it. I hope you can find a career path. Some of you are already probably working. I hope you actually achieve your dream as I have. Be motivated, work hard, and use the skills that you have achieved here. And congratulations once again. Thank you so much.
Well, that was inspirational, right? So the bar's been set high. And the nice thing for me about what Melissa Lee said is the bar was high, but every single time you achieve that bar, you're setting yourself down for another foundation to reach another bar that's higher. And when you reach that, you've got to pull someone up. The other thing that stood out for me from her speech is the fact that you stand out as somebody who's from overseas. The fact that you stand out, you use that to be outstanding. So that's a great message for you to take home, or wherever you go. And the other benefit you have is the ability to connect with people. And I think when you all came to us at AIS, one of the things we said is use this opportunity to meet as many people from as many different countries as you possibly can. There are at least 34 different countries represented today. These are your colleagues going forward. These are the people that you're going to connect with on Facebook 10 or 15 years from now, unless there's something else back there at that time. But these are your colleagues going forward. Connect with people. Lend a hand to them as well. Help people out. That's going to really move you forward when the going gets tough. Well, so we're going to move on to a very important part of the proceedings. And I would like to call the Academic Registrar of AIS to make the formal attestation of the eligibility of the 2002 graduates. Mr. Richard Smith, the stage is yours.
Thank you, Lehan. President of Auckland Institute of Studies, by authority of the Academic Board, I, Richard Smith, Academic Registrar, formally confirm to you and those present that the candidates whose names appear in the official program of this 2024 graduation ceremony, including both those in attendance and in absentia, have satisfied all relevant requirements set out in the academic regulations of AIS under the accreditation of the New Zealand Qualifications Authority, and that the candidates are entitled to the respective awards set out against their names. Where candidates have gained more than one award, these will be presented under the highest award. I now call on the President to confer the awards. Dr. Stemmett.
Thank you, Richard. I would now ask all the graduates to please stand. By the authority of the Academic Board of the Auckland Institute of Studies, I, Dr. Leon Stemmett, President, formally confer all certificates, diplomas, graduate diplomas, bachelor's degrees, postgraduate certificates, postgraduate diplomas, and master's degrees upon all graduates, including both those in attendance and in absentia as set out in the official program of this 2024 graduation ceremony. Congratulations to all the graduates. Degree graduates, you can now place your trencher on your head. And then when you've done that, make sure that your little tassel hangs on the left-hand side. That means that you've officially gone from graduate to graduate. Right, let's have a good round of applause for our graduates. Well done. I must say, you look very good with your trenchers on. You look smarter as well, all of a sudden. Well done, well done. Hey, we will now commence the presentation of the degrees graduates on stage. You can be seated. I now call on Dr. Leonie Menzies, Head of the Business Programs, and Richard Smith to present the graduates for their respective awards. Leonie and Richard.
Thank you, Lehan. Dr. Stemmett and Dr. Menzies, the 2024 graduates of the Graduate Diploma in Business are K.M. Zahid Anwar, Crizel May Guevara, Amrita Kaur, Priyanka Pratishka Kumar, March Anthony Morales, Martin Morales, Yovel Jane Morgado, Denise Panganiban, Athena Camille Ibanez, the graduates of the Bachelor of Business are An Taejun, Sela Maiolo Papalangi Fasisila, Monica Elizabeth Fonua, Rachel Louisa Latu, Janvi Bhavan Kumar Patel, Lady Jimena Peña Farhat, Sonali Shalika Pereira Ranasinghe, Viliami Fakavainga Safi, Shi Jiahui, Asinate Tonga Jr., Shu Zayang. The graduates of the Bachelor of Business Accounting are Hayashi Rumi, Kim Soo Yeon, Arshil Munaf Shaikh, Priyanka Singh, Suktida Sisomlak, Thank you, Dr. Menzies. That concludes the presentation of graduate diplomas and bachelor degrees in business. I now call on the Head of Information Technology Programs, Dr. Vikas Erasmus. Dr. Stimmett and Dr. Erasmus, the 2024 graduate of the New Zealand Diploma in Information Technology, Technical Support Level 5 is Samisi Fakatoko Folau Sefesi Buki. The graduates of the Graduate Diploma in Information Technology are Roy Lee Flores, Warapat Letbunchadi, Iris Sent Maseda, Deepak Kumar Tamang, the graduates of the Bachelor of Information Technology, Software Development are Ovatini Filahia, Jessica Seal Lausi Louis, Judah Twino Palu, Juan Luis Ramirez Rueda, Shubham Singh, The graduates of the Postgraduate Diploma in Information Technology are Rafael Atienza, Jasper Bakani, Gregoria Paz Basagre, Brian Labanan, Louis Rafael Lorena, Bushra Mahmood, Sufyan Ahmed Mohammed, Maria Corazon Morello, The graduates of the Master of Information Technology are Thilakshi Damitra Alokabandara, Umesh Budatoki, Tanawat Limsakul, Christian Victor Nukwe, Tai Ho Yan, Thank you, Dr. Erasmus. That concludes the presentation of diplomas, graduate diplomas, bachelor degrees, postgraduate diplomas, and master degrees in information technology. I now call on the Head of Business Administration Programs, Dr. Martin Mahler. Dr. Stemmett and Dr. Mahler, the 2024 graduates of the Postgraduate Diploma in Business Administration are Nikki Jones Bautista, Vincenzo Kalangang, Jean Ronald et Cubanas, Jocelyn Fajardo, Marielle Guerra, Maninder Kaur. Gail Lorraine Logata. Joyce Anne Marie Mojado. Yuen Huang Oan. Mary Jean Grace Viado. Lei Villanueva. Jan Lo Villaverde. The graduates of the Master of Business Administration Finance are Mary Ann Banag, Irina Boyarova, Dennis D. Do Hu Dan, Aslan Juasov, Angel Mins, Abigail Pueyo, Dilesha Solanki, Priyanka Vij, the graduate of the Master of Business Administration International Business is Nicole Govea Rodriguez. The graduates of the Master of Business Administration Marketing are Noreen Karangal, Fu Jing, Luafine Holani, Elsa Joseph. Swagata Kundu. Olivia Renata Kuzwandi. Kwon Yung Hwa. Ana Luisa Mache Mendes Coutinho e Silva Cavallo. Yuen Nok Tan Hyo. Yuen T. Tan Huang. Angelica May Polines. Andres Santiago Prado Stanley. Ruth Pilar Torrejon Soria Galvaro. Manuel Alberto Turcios Caceres. Navdeep Singh Verdi. The graduates of the Master of Business Administration, Operations and Logistics are Erika Abbey, Thais Regina Barbosa, Ian Kenneth Bautista, Ronald Castro, Dinesh Roop Chand, Kayama Chug, Rachel Ann de Jesus, Anirban Deb. Chris Paulo de la Cruz. Pankaj Dattowal. Maria Victoria Francesca Diamzon. Sioape Likio Filihia. Stanley Ofena Finau. Olivia Gagan. Tanisha Gupta. Mele Mafi Hamala. Guyana at Gunaratni Pereira Harat. Karen Marjorie Imese. Eugen Joven. Prasanta Huam. Anna Molina. Rodney Cesar Muniz. Anna Nikolaeva. Mary Grace O'Neill. Archella Jane Orog. Clarence Palaleo. Navin Prem Ranchandani. Irene Raimundo. Marcela Andrea Robles Neira. Vishal Mahesh Sampat. Maria Teresa Samson. Tiffany Rose Santos. Ankit Kumar Sharma. Sharon Thankam Koshi. Jasmine Yabut. Beatrice Joseph Zafranco. Zhang Zhen. Thank you, Dr. Stemmet and Dr. Mahler. That concludes the presentation of graduate diplomas and master degrees in business administration.
How was that? Good. Let's give you one more round of applause to all the graduates. Well done. Now, you may or may not remember that one of the core values of AIS is individual focus. So I want to have you look at your certificate and your diploma. Have a look at that. And you see the two signatures on there? There's one from Richard and there's one from me. We've signed those individually. We don't get them printed like that. That's why every signature looks different. Not because there's a mistake with the printer or a fault with the printer. We sign them individually because we want to remember you. Because we want to keep that promise that it's about an individual focus. And part of that is also for you to take that away and think about the fact that whatever you do from here on, whether you're in a leadership role, whether you're in a management role, whether you work in IT, whatever your role is, do not ever forget that people are the most important thing in your life. Keep on thinking about that. That was our promise to you. We've kept that promise up until the point where we signed your graduation certificates. And I would like you to do the same going forward. Think about the people in your life. Focus on them. And as we said earlier on, is make sure that you, in your pursuit of reaching new goals, always pull more people up as well with you, to go with you. All right, well done, everybody. That was great seeing your faces again and shaking your hands, and I'm very, very proud of what you've accomplished. And I hope that we're going to see you at the alumni functions going forward as well. Well done. Thank you, Richard, Martin, and Lydia. We now come to the special awards, which I am sure you have all been waiting for. I would like to call Richard Smith to announce the special awards.
We have two types of special awards. The AIS Top Scholar Award is awarded to the graduate with the highest overall grades by GPA in each degree program. Secondly, the AIS Enterprise Award is awarded for all-round excellence, for determination to succeed through overcoming significant adversity, and for general team spirit. I would now call on the Honourable Melissa Lee and Dr. Samisi Taumopiao to present the special awards. Melissa and Samisi. I have pleasure in announcing the winners of the AIS 2024 Top Scholar and Enterprise Awards. The first award is the AIS Top Scholar Award for the Bachelor of Business program. The winner of this award is also the recipient of the Bachelor of Business Enterprise Award for her contribution to establishing the Accounting Club and for being an active member of the Student Council. These two awards go to Priyanka Singh. The AIS Top Scholar Award for the Bachelor of Information Technology program goes to Ovatini Filahia. The AIS Top Scholar Award for the Master of Information Technology program goes to Tai Ho Yan. The AIS Top Scholar Award for the Master of Business Administration program goes to Ian Kenneth Bautista. The Enterprise Award for the MBA goes to a graduate for the help he provided to his classmates throughout his time at AIS, who volunteered at every event and was Student Council President in 2023. Manuel Alberto Tucios Caceres. We now move on to the announcement of the winners of 2 sponsored awards, and we acknowledge the support of the sponsor, local accounting firm BR and Associates. The BR and Associates Merit Award for High Achievement by a Pacifica graduate in the Bachelor of Business program goes to Viliami Whakavainga Safi. And finally, the BR and Associates Merit Award for High Achievement by a Pacifica graduate in the Bachelor of Business program goes to Monica Elizabeth Fonua. Thank you, Melissa, Samisi, and Lydia. And a special thanks again to our sponsor, Mr. Butch Reichelman, for his support of AIS and generosity in providing these awards for 2 of our top Pacifica graduates. That concludes all of the awards for 2024.
Congratulations to those special award winners. That was amazing. You've exceeded, I guess, sometimes in you exceeded your own expectations as well, I guess. But well done. And that just shows the power of incrementally working towards something. One assessment at a time, one course at a time, one qualification at a time, one CV that you submit for a job application at a time, one promotion at a time, one person at a time. Well done. Congratulations. Before we finish, I just want to say another congratulations to everybody, graduates as well as special award winners. Well done. Thank you. Thank you, Melissa Lee, Samisi, Richard, and Lydia for that. I now have the pleasure, and I can see she's sitting over there. I now have the pleasure of introducing our valedictorian speaker for today, Ana Molina, from the Master of Business Administration program, to deliver the valedictory address. Anna?
Oh my God, I'm so excited standing here in front of you guys. I hope I'm not going to faint, but I feel like I'm going to. If I can get a glass of water, I would appreciate it. Because, well, who knew that this hat is so heavy? Give me a second, please. Oh, thank you. And really. To you. Thank you. Tēnā koutou katoa, esteemed faculty, distinguished guests, fellow graduates, and whānau. Standing before you as we celebrate this incredible milestone is an honor. To my fellow graduates, congratulations. We have made it through long nights of study, challenging assignments, and far too many coffees at Mana Cafe. Today, we are not just marking the end of our studies, but celebrating the resilience, dedication, and passion that brought us here. For many of us, international students, this journey was not just about academics. It was a step into the unknown. We left our homes, families, and comfort zones behind to come to a country we had never lived in, learning to adapt to a new culture and new way of life. It was sometimes intimidating, but we found a home in New Zealand and a community at the Auckland Institute of Studies. This experience has made us stronger, agile, and open to the world. I want to offer my deepest thanks to our lecturers and academic staff. Your wisdom and dedication guided us through this program, challenging us to think critically and push our boundaries. To the program heads, president, and directors, thank you for leadership and vision. You have helped us grow and prepared us for the real world. Your commitment to excellence and belief in our potential have inspired us all. We are deeply grateful for the opportunities and support you have provided. A special thank you also goes to the student support team. Your help behind the scenes with enrollment, visas, or personal challenges made a huge difference for all of us. Your kindness and professionalism helped us to thrive here. And finally, to our families, our friends, and our loved ones, thank you for your endless encouragement. Your belief in us has been our driving force. As we move forward, I'm reminded of Sir Edmund Hillary words. It's not the mountain we conquer, but ourselves. Each of us has climbed our own mountain, overcoming more just academic hurdles. We have conquered our own limits. Today, we live not only with degrees, but with a clear sense of who we are and the confidence to face whatever comes next. The road ahead won't be easy, but we have proven we can overcome any challenge. Congratulations to all of us. This is just the beginning of what we will achieve. Kei o ringa ringa te ao. The world is yours. Thank you. Спасибо.
Thank you, Anna. I think you should make a career out of that. If you missed any of that, you need to listen to it again. This is recorded, so you'll be able to listen to that speech again. And I'm so glad you mentioned the analogies of climbing a mountain. Because one of the things that you need to remember in your career is it's a step by step. It's not necessarily the big goals that are always the motivational things or the things that will inspire you. It is the sense of progress. And that's what Edmund Hillary did as well, as he took a step, one step at a time. Keep doing that, because it's the sense of progress in your career and in your family life that will give you that motivation and that empowerment to keep going. Remember that. We are very proud of you. Very, very proud of you. Thank you, Anna. That was a great speech. Where did you go? Back in the seat. Thank you very much for that. We are getting close to the end of the proceedings today, the end of the ceremony. Just a few more announcements. After you exit the hall, please return to the St. Helens campus where light refreshments are available in the cafe. The very cafe where Anna said you guys had too much coffee to drink. So that's where the refreshments will be. The shuttle van service back to the St. Helens campus will now resume as well. Graduates, please return your academic dress before the finish of today's event. You can either do it downstairs in the dining hall where we were before we walked up, or you can do it at the St. Helens campus as well. Finally, there will also be a photographer's studio stand located at the back of the St. Helens campus cafe if you want any further photographs taken as well. Could I ask that we all stand for the singing of the national anthem? If you don't know the words of the anthem, it's on the back of your program for today's ceremony. guests remain standing at their seats until the last graduate has exited the hall. So if you could all, as guests, if you could just wait until all the guests, all the graduates have left the hall, then you can leave as well and join us at the St. Helens campus for refreshments.